Did Common really swap Jennifer Hudson out for someone new? And is Tiffany Haddish sitting somewhere with the world's loudest "I told you so" energy, watching it all play out like a movie she's already seen? Because the way the internet is telling it, this isn't just a breakup rumor. It's a full-circle storyline. The kind of story that starts as whispers, then turns into screenshots, then suddenly becomes everybody's confirmed truth, even when nobody has gone on record. And what makes this rumor hit harder is the timing and the pattern people think they recognize. Not long ago, Common was on camera speaking like a man who had finally found his forever. He wasn't vague. He wasn't playing coy. He didn't give the usual celebrity answer where they smile, dodge, and say "we'll see." He said Jennifer was the person. The one. The prototype. The standard. He praised her as a partner, as a woman, as an artist, as a human being. He sounded grateful. He sounded grounded. He sounded like someone who wanted the audience to believe this wasn't just another chapter, this was the book. And for a minute, a lot of people believed it. When Common and Jennifer Hudson first went public, it felt logical. It felt mature. It felt safe. Like Hollywood had finally given us a couple that wasn't built on chaos, scandals, and messy subtweets. Jennifer is a powerhouse vocalist with awards that can't be argued with, and a life story shaped by resilience that most people couldn't survive, let alone endure in public. Common is the socially conscious rapper-turned-actor who built a reputation on being thoughtful, calm, and above the nonsense. Together, they looked like the kind of couple publicists dream about: classy, stable, aspirational, grown. You'd see him holding her close at events. You'd see her light up when his name came up. And fans didn't just like them, they rooted for them. Because for Jennifer especially, the idea of a peaceful love story wasn't just romantic. It felt like a reward. Like life had finally stopped testing her and decided to give her something gentle. But that's the thing about perfect couples in public. They stay perfect right up until the moment they're not. And while everyone else was seeing red carpets and sweet interviews, there were already quiet whispers moving behind the scenes, whispers that suggested the fairy tale might not be as solid as it looked. And if there's one person people believe hears the whispers early, it's Tiffany Haddish. Because Tiffany isn't just a random spectator in this story. She's the ex who knows the rhythm. The ex who lived through the pattern. The ex who, depending on who you ask, saw the real version of Common before the future husband language, before the polished PR vibe, before the world started calling him the perfect match for Jennifer Hudson. So now that rumors are floating again, rumors about distance, cold energy, a possible new woman, and a silence that feels louder than usual, the internet is not treating it like a surprising scandal. They're treating it like a rerun. And the scariest part about a rerun is that you already know where the plot usually goes. Before Jennifer Hudson, there was Tiffany Haddish. And for a lot of people, that relationship still stands out, because it started during a strange moment in history, the pandemic. Quarantine made everything feel more intense. Dating wasn't casual anymore. If you were together, you were together. No running around. No easy distractions. No, I'll call you when I'm free. Tiffany and Common looked like they were in a real bubble. They appeared together in live streams. They joked with each other. They talked about love in a way that sounded natural and comfortable. Tiffany was openly happy. She spoke like someone who finally felt secure. She said he made her feel supported and safe. She joked that it was the best relationship she'd had. And people believed her. They seemed mismatched on paper, but in real life, their chemistry made it work. Tiffany's loud, funny, fearless energy next to Common's calm, measured vibe created this opposites attract storyline that fans ate up. But then the relationship ended. And the breakup explanation sounded familiar, because celebrity breakups always sound familiar. Schedules. Work. Distance. Too busy. Still love each other but can't feed the relationship properly. Common has used that language before. He said he gets pulled by his work. That once he's moving again, it becomes hard to keep the relationship alive. And on the surface, that sounds reasonable. But Tiffany didn't seem fully convinced. She didn't go on a screaming rant. She didn't do the messy interview tour. She didn't drag him like some people expected. Instead, she did something more dangerous. She got playful. She got sarcastic. She got "I'm laughing, but I'm also telling you the truth." She compared him to a bee, buzzing from flower to flower, loving the excitement, but never staying long enough to build roots. And that metaphor followed him. Because when news broke that Common was dating Jennifer Hudson, shortly after his relationship with Tiffany ended, people immediately started calculating the timeline. Not because they had proof. Not because anyone confirmed overlap. But because in celebrity culture, the gap between relationships becomes a story all by itself. And Tiffany didn't shut those theories down. She didn't say, "Stop, that's disrespectful." She didn't defend the timeline. She didn't act like the idea was ridiculous. Instead, she dropped small comments, tiny remarks that felt like jokes but landed like darts. Like that moment where someone asked about earrings. Tiffany laughed and said something along the lines of, "He probably gave those to Jennifer." It sounded like nothing. But it wasn't nothing. Because Tiffany understands something about public narratives, you don't have to expose the full truth to control the story. You just have to give people a spark and let them burn the house down with their imagination. That is the Tiffany Haddish effect. A single line from her can keep the internet busy for a week. And now, if rumors are swirling about Common and Jennifer struggling, Tiffany's name slides back into the story without her doing anything dramatic at all. Because everyone remembers what she implied back then. And if this relationship ends the same way her relationship ended, the internet is going to call it karma. Here's where the conversation gets uncomfortable, because the rumors aren't only about Jennifer. They're about Common. If you list his dating history, it reads like a celebrity hall of fame. Successful women. Talented women. Iconic women. Women who were respected in their industries, not just famous for being famous. And yet, the one thing fans can't ignore is this. None of them lasted. The pattern looks almost too predictable. The beginning is intense. The public affection is strong. The future talk starts, "I love her, she's special, I can see marriage." Then suddenly, it ends. Cleanly. Quietly. Or with a busy schedule's explanation. Some relationships end with geography. Some end with different priorities. Some end with silence so total it feels like a door slam without sound. But the point is, people don't see randomness anymore. They see a cycle. And Common himself has helped build that perception because he speaks like a man who is always considering marriage, always thinking deeply, always not taking it lightly. That sounds romantic until you realize people feel like he said versions of that same speech before. So when rumors suggest he might be stepping out on Jennifer, fans don't react like this is shocking. They react like, "Here we go again." Because the rumor isn't just he's cheating. The rumor is he's moving on the way he always moves on. And that's why Tiffany's presence in this narrative feels so powerful. Because Tiffany was the one who basically said, out loud, what people only whispered. This man doesn't settle. He shifts. He doesn't stay in the same garden. He moves to the next flower. Now, is that fair? Is that proven? Not necessarily. But in the court of public opinion, a consistent pattern becomes truth even when the evidence is mostly vibes, timing, and history. And Jennifer is not just any girlfriend. Jennifer is a woman the public feels protective over. So if people believe she walked into a relationship with a man who's known for short-term love stories, they start treating her like she needs saving. And that makes the gossip grow faster. This is where the internet gets bold. There's a theory that never fully dies. that Common and Jennifer's connection may have started earlier than people think. No official confirmation exists. No one has gone on record. But speculation has been alive for years because the timeline felt tight. Fans point to how quickly he seemed publicly comfortable with Jennifer after the Tiffany breakup. They point to interview dates, appearances, energy shifts. The speed at which the story changed from Tiffany and Common are happy to Jennifer and Common are couple goals. And in celebrity gossip culture, the moment people sense overlap, even if it's unproven, it becomes the seed of a larger narrative. She got him the way she got him. So now, with rumors of a new woman in the picture, people are framing it like poetic justice. If Jennifer really benefited from a suspiciously fast timeline, maybe she's now experiencing what Tiffany experienced. And Tiffany, in that narrative, becomes the person watching karma unfold in real time. Now add Tiffany's behavior. She never fully closes the door in interviews. She laughs. She dodges. She avoids a firm no. That keeps the internet wondering whether she's waiting for an opening, or whether she's simply enjoying the attention every time her name gets linked to his. Because one thing is true, every time Tiffany comments, even lightly, headlines appear. She trends. People repost her clips. Her name stays in conversation. So whether her motivation is emotional, comedic, or strategic, it works. And if there really is someone else in the picture now, the question becomes obvious. Who? Right now, the alleged new flame talk is coming from the messiest part of the internet. Anonymous tips. Blind item-style gossip posts. Cropped photos where you can barely see faces. Claims like, "I saw him at a restaurant," with no receipts attached. One version says he was spotted at an upscale spot with a younger woman, stylish, confident, comfortable around him. Another version suggests they were seen leaving an industry event together, avoiding cameras like they knew it would look bad if they got caught. And the truth is, in 2026 celebrity culture, seen together can mean anything. It could be business. It could be friendship. It could be nothing. But with Common's reputation and the existing narrative, people are primed to believe the spiciest interpretation first. And Jennifer Hudson's response has been silence. No denial. No supportive post. No, we're good. No public appearance designed to shut down rumors. Now, silence doesn't automatically mean guilt or truth. Some celebrities refuse to feed gossip. Some publicists advise do not respond. Some couples choose to handle issues privately. But the internet doesn't interpret silence neutrally. The internet treats silence like a clue. If it's fake, why not shut it down? If it's true, why are they quiet? If she's hurt, why isn't she speaking? And because Jennifer is known for being polished and private, the silence becomes even more dramatic, because people assume something serious must be happening behind closed doors for her to stay this quiet. And there's another reason this hits hard for her. Jennifer has been through public trauma and betrayal before. So even the idea of another betrayal doesn't land like casual celebrity gossip. It lands like reopening wounds she fought to heal. To understand why this rumor feels cruel, you have to understand Jennifer Hudson's past. Jennifer's life wasn't built on easy wins. She survived tragedy that would permanently break most people. She experienced unimaginable loss. She rebuilt her world. She protected her child. She went through painful relationship fallout that spilled into the public eye. So when she finally found a love story that looked peaceful, stable, and adult, people wanted it to be real. Not for entertainment. For her. That's why rumors of cheating or replacement don't feel like typical tabloid noise. They feel like humiliation added on top of a life that's already carried heavy pain. And while Jennifer handles it with silence and dignity, Tiffany Haddish plays the opposite role in this story. Tiffany doesn't do quiet. Tiffany does commentary. Tiffany does timing. Tiffany understands that the person with the microphone often controls the narrative, even if they aren't in the relationship anymore. One joke from Tiffany can reshape how people see the entire situation. One stand-up line. One podcast moment. One Instagram post with the right tone. And that's why she's the wild card. Because she doesn't even have to be directly involved to become the center of attention. So where does this go? Here's how stories like this usually turn from online chatter into a full-blown headline cycle. It doesn't take a confirmed statement. It doesn't take a press release. It doesn't even take a clear photo. All it takes is one moment that looks like evidence. A short clip. A blurry screenshot. A friend of a friend's story posted with confidence. A blog claiming they have an inside source. And once that happens, the internet starts treating speculation like a timeline. And the timeline is what people are obsessed with right now. Because the public isn't just asking, are Common and Jennifer okay? They're asking, when did things change? Fans have been replaying older interviews, especially the ones where Common sounded certain, when he said Jennifer was the person he'd marry if he ever got married. People are re-watching the smiles, the tone, the body language, the "we are good" energy. And the reason they're doing that is simple. When a love story collapses, everyone starts hunting for the first crack. They want the exact moment where the happy narrative stopped being true. So now, every small detail becomes proof. A red carpet where Jennifer looks less excited. A public appearance where Common's energy seems different. A period of silence where there used to be warmth. And if you know celebrity gossip culture, you know what happens next. Someone posts, "Notice how he stopped mentioning her." Someone else responds, "Notice how she stopped liking his posts." Then a third person says, "My cousin works at an event and saw him with someone." And suddenly, a rumor becomes a collective storyline built by 1,000 people at once. The internet has a special skill, turning fragments into conclusions. A restaurant sighting becomes a secret date. A business meeting becomes "he's moving on." A photo with a woman in the background becomes "that's her." And once the mystery woman storyline starts, it doesn't stop, because people love guessing games. They start describing her before they even know her. She's younger. She's his type. She's industry. She's new. And the worst part? Even if none of it is true, it still leaves damage behind, because public stories create public pressure. Jennifer's silence, classy or calculated? Jennifer Hudson saying nothing is the biggest accelerant in this rumor cycle. Because when fans care about someone, silence reads as pain. Some supporters argue, Jennifer is too dignified to respond to mess. She doesn't owe gossip blogs a statement. She's not the type to do a back and forth online. Others read it differently. Silence is strategy. Her team might be gathering facts. Her team might be negotiating the cleanest exit. Her team might be waiting until the story burns out. But gossip doesn't burn out when the public senses emotional stakes. It grows. And Jennifer is not seen as just another celebrity girlfriend. She's seen as someone who's earned peace. So if the public believes that peace is being threatened, they become emotionally invested like it's personal. And then there's Tiffany, the person who can rewrite the narrative in one sentence. This is why Tiffany Haddish is still the most dangerous character in the entire triangle, because Tiffany doesn't need to confirm anything. She doesn't need to accuse anyone. She can simply do what she always does, deliver a joke with just enough sharpness that people feel a truth behind it. And that's what makes her so powerful in this moment. A joke from Tiffany is never just a joke when the timing is perfect. If she says something like, "I've seen this movie before," the internet will treat it like confirmation. If she says, "Some men don't change, they just switch playlists," people will run with it for days. She simply laughs when asked about Common. People will interpret the laugh like a confession.